Enjoy the most recent entertainment news on television while listening to Soap Dirt. Hey General Hospital fans, it's time for our weekly prediction edition. I believe that Drew Quartermaine is going to be blackmailed, that Call is in danger, and that Sonny might be the target. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and as usual, our predictions are based on official ABC soap spoilers and promos from recent episodes. We have predictions for Tracy Chase and Sonny, Lucky and Elle for Portia, Brad for Sam, and Alexis for Ned, Drew, and Willow. Originally, it was predicted that Lucky Spencer's horrific beating would damage his liver, preventing him from being a donor for Lulu. As you recall, on Friday, Lucky Spencer had been beaten almost to death while Sidwell was away gambling with Hull. His thug said he didn't want him dead yet, but that didn't mean they couldn't beat him mercilessly, and they did. He was also having hallucinations, and Liz was listing his injuries, including a concussion, which makes sense given his hallucinations, but she also mentioned internal injuries and bleeding beaten in his torso on Wednesday, September 25. According to spoilers, Sidwell makes a high-stakes offer. It appears that Jason and Anna are involved in a life-or-death drama while they try to save Lucky. On Thursday, September 26, Jason and Anna feel as though the walls are closing in on them, which they most likely are. That same day, Lucky receives some very devastating news, and I'm sure he will learn that Lulu is dying. On Friday, September 27, Holly takes a risk with a significant move. I believe she will aid in their escape, but I have two concerns. Firstly, I worry that Lucky will be frightened and mistreated while she is over there. Since Lulu's health is declining by the time he recovers, a partial liver donation might not even be an option. Instead, a full liver donation might be necessary. Moreover, even in the event that a partial liver donation is feasible, if Lulu's liver was damaged during the beating, that would rule him out. Nicholas, feels fine, but his liver enzymes and other tests didn't come back high enough. Was a good fit because he had given Lulu his bone marrow years and years before, so all of this effort to get Lucky again might not have been worthwhile. However, since he is returning while his sister is near death, something clearly needs to save her because our second prediction has been made. Portia manipulated the test, but I believe she did it out of concern that Brad would find her. However, things could turn out differently, as last week Rick learned that Heather's blood test appeared to show that she does not appear to have cobalt lessening in her system. Hip implant wasn't the problem, and he assured her that even though the case was dead, she would still be stuck. However, when he returned to G8, he saw a different test result from an independent lab, which Liz helped him understand. It essentially showed very different results, suggesting that the G8 lab test was either a rerun of her previous pre-surgery blood test or a copy and paste of her last test results. This means that we know that Portia took Brad's blood and that Brad was rehired around the same time that blood test was conducted. I'm trying to remember if Portia ever worked with Brad, so maybe she just knew him by reputation. Alternatively, maybe the writers are just doing what they do and just doing a very sloppy retcon where they're talking about staffing issues. Anyway, after the draw happened, it's like, okay, who did it? On Monday, the 23rd spoilers have Portia talking to Terry Randall. The two co-chiefs are going over some staffing issues, and Portia notices that Brad has been re-fired in the lab. She becomes very upset at Terry for defending her decision, acting as though she is aware of all he has been doing, thus they are somewhat in the same situation. Brad opposes Heather's release from jail. Portia does not want Heather released from prison because both of them have loved ones that Heather killed or attempted to kill. For him, it was his best friend Britt Westbourne, and for her, it was her daughter Trina Robinson. As a result, I believe that we will soon discover who killed whom and whether one of them is going to cover for the other, which I am certain they will, so that we can learn who our third suspect is. Forecast last week, Sam told Danta that she would dive to retrieve the gun that Alexis threw into the river so they could run ballistics on it to clear her mother. She was confident it would work, and she doesn't think for a second that Christina did this. She knows it was Sonny, who either pulled the trigger or paid someone to do so. Tuesday, the 24th spoilers showed Chase disagree with Dante and their developing heads, and I wonder if it was Sonny. We'll see, but it might be about something completely different. We'll discuss it in another forecast that we do know about. Possibly is about Dante, allowing Sam undertake this dangerous dive when the police divers couldn't turn up the pistol. Kelly Monaco is leaving the spoilers ahead. Sam McCall is doomed. We just don't know when she will go. Additionally, on Tuesday, the 24th, Alexis will be opening up to her new attorney, Martin Gray. I'm sure she will lay everything out for him, and on Wednesday, the 25th, Marty will speak with her. Molly, the daughter Sam visits Carly on Wednesday, and I wonder if they will talk about Sonny letting her mother take the fall for his murder, and Carly giving a killer an alibi that's ruining Sam's mom's life. I think she's going to tell her that she's going to get the gun and exonerate her mother. And then she and Sonny are going to be screwed because he did the killing and she knows Carly lied. If that's what they are talking about, it could be a fun exchange. Talking about, so in the case of Lulu, if Lucky isn't a match, if his liver is damaged, as I mentioned in my previous prediction, or if it turns out that Lulu needs a whole liver by then, I truly believe that Sam could be the one to give it to her. I believe I did a whole standalone video on this, but I wanted to repeat it because I firmly believe Sam could go out and save 2 lives, Lulu's and her mother's. We met Ned this past week after he threatened Drew over Willow, and Michael fighting about Valentine's continued role as CEO and their attempts to remove him. And you know that Drew is running ARA, but has given Curtis the CEO Reigns role to take his place, so he can concentrate on his bid for Congress. According to previews, on Thursday, September 26, Ned is stunned by some information that he learns the same day that Drew interrupts Willow and Michael. Mikey seemed a little offended by that, so that's kind of the background. I wonder if Ned will learn from someone who may be if James revealed to Violet that he overheard the entire Willow and Drew kissing incident. I know you guys aren't forgetting that Drew and Michael were plotting against Ned previously. He might try to use the information about Willow and Drew to land the CEO position. It would be a kind of ultimatum. That is, if Drew doesn't want to give in to the blackmail, Ned can take it to court. It would be a win-win situation in any case for Michael and Michael, who would likely be enraged with Drew and support Ned. We're going to conclude with our 5th and final prediction. Tracy will put pressure on her grandson-in-law Chase to investigate Sonny for Jagger's murder. If you recall, on the night of the murder, Tracy told Chase and the other people in the room, "Look, we all know Sonny did this. Sonny is never at the Quartermain mansion. He's here tonight and then an FBI agent is shot by the boathouse. Come on, do the math." The 24th is when Alexis meets with Marty Gray, her new attorney, and Harley speaks with Sonny on the same day to plan. It must be more about the alibi, and then the spoiler about Chase and Dante fighting and arguing over something that might have to do with Sam diving or something else entirely, like Chase believing that Dante's father might be the real shooter. Dante may not like that accusation, but he also needs to be considering the possibility that he could be the shooter rather than Alexis, who Sam is certain didn't do it on Wednesday. According to previews for September 25, Molly is meeting with her mother's attorney Martin. Sam will be dropping by Carly by Friday, September 27, and Christina will have a poignant conversation with her father Sonny. Tracy is gloating, and I wonder if she was able to persuade Chase that they needed to retreat and keep the PCPD investigating Sonny as the shooter. If this is the case, she will be overjoyed because she can't tolerate him being around and doesn't want him to be involved in deceit, and if he is in Pentonville, that gets him out of it immediately, and Tracy is known for being vicious when she wants something. Okay, those are our forecasts. Thank you so much for listening. I apologize for the length of today. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. I hope you'll return soon. Belinda from Soap Dirt Talks General Hospital with you every day of the week. We appreciate your support as a devoted listener. Please subscribe to our podcast wherever you get it so you don't miss the next episode. All of the main podcast formats, including Apple Podcast, have Soap Dirt, Spotify, Radio on a Heart, and more.